Hi guys, welcome back to another Scum video. Now this is completely different from any other Scum video I've done. You'll probably notice that I haven't played Scum for quite a while or uploaded Scum for quite a while, mainly because there's been no updates and the persistent issues that have always been there are still in place. Now before I do this video, I just want to be clear, I still really enjoy Scum, however the issues that are there just now just seem to be overlooked constantly, and the way they're going about things just aren't really satisfying a lot of players. Now I'll go into more depth in what I mean, show some examples of why I think it is potentially going to fizzle away and die. Not something I want to happen to Scum, because I generally think the idea of Scum, how it was brought around, everything else was really good, but there's some key facts that really lie with a lot of players as to why the game is no longer really played by a lot of people, considering the amount of sales it apparently had. Now if you haven't played Scum before, you don't know what Scum is, and you're joining from another game that I've uploaded previously and you're wondering what to try and compare Scum to, it is a very ultra realistic PvP survival game. Now the closest game to probably bring to it is Dayz, however it is still far superior in Dayz, because Dayz is a pile of crap. I think there's no debate in that. It's now back into beta after 5 years of being in early access, so to compare the two as which one's better, it would be wrong. But Scum is, as I said, very ultra realistic. Now the crafting is very complex. Actually managing your players' stamina, your food, hydration, disease is very complex. Now for people who like true survival games, it is very good. For people who are more lazy survival game players, this can be quite daunting, and I think that could play a part in why numbers have dropped so much, because it is quite complex. Now the first thing I want to touch on is the sales of the game. Now this apparently hit 1 million sales very quickly. I think it was 2 weeks. However, only less than 1% are now playing the game. Now you can see from the chart, it's up here, there's never been any more than 69,000 players playing. Now for a game that sold 1 million copies in such a short period of time, the numbers seem a bit funny, to be honest. Surely in that small condensed period there was going to be more than 69,000 people playing. Now I'm not saying numbers have been fudged, etc. There might be people playing offline. There's a lot of different reasons why that number's so low. However, it's not been out that long, so surely it should still have decent numbers. Now I personally think the main issue, and one comment that I always get in every single update video that I do, is the screen tear lag. Now this happens randomly, run across the map, the game will just freeze for like 1 to 3 seconds. If you're in a PvP situation, that will cost you all your loot. Now Scum is quite a grindy game. If you're running around fighting off people and you lose everything due to a simple little thing like screen lag. So I keep saying screen lag, it's game lag, it's server side. It's been proven. There's loads of memory leak issues as well. It just stops you dead on the ground. Now imagine fighting as a group, come against another group, and you all basically, it's the luck of the draw who gets the screen lag or server lag at that time. This is a persistent issue, one that's still in place now, one that has been constantly highlighted by the community, and it still isn't fixed. Unreal Engine is a very strong engine for open world games. We have been told that they're working on it with Unreal, but that was months ago, and it's still an issue, and it's the one thing a lot of players that I personally know will not play until it's fixed. And you can't blame them for that, because to run around for ages, looting areas, crafting everything, it takes a while. Then to lose it all simply because the server starts lagging is a big issue. Now I think personally another part of this is down to the server provider, G-Portal. Now if anyone doesn't know, G-Portal is the only provider for Scum servers. If you haven't encountered G-Portal before, they're pretty bad. Their actual customer service is pathetic. A lot of the server owners I know in Scum, their way of fixing things is just to change their IP address. Not fix it, just change them, put them in our server box. Now for server owners, the key thing is having the same IP all the time, because when it comes to battle metrics and players are looking for good servers, they always look for which one is the most uptime, most upvotes, etc, etc. By changing the IP, this damages that scoring. So a lot of server owners are very frustrated with them. Now, I've used gportal for Scum. I've had issues with them as well, where they just randomly turn off a server, you can't turn it back on, you message them, then it just boots back up magically. But that's by the by. Now, one of the most successful Scum servers, which is an RP server, the one that I used to play on, they have nothing but issues with gportal. They are sponsored by them, yes. This isn't their feedback, this is from what I read in their Discord. The service has been pathetic. Now, I personally think that opening the servers to other companies may actually improve. The only thing Scum haven't seemed to have done is change server provider yet. And that could be part of the problem. gportal historically use crap boxes. It's known. I've used them for Rust before. The box was terrible. I cancelled it and went straight back to the other provider. They may be cheap, but for that cost you're getting a very poor service. Now, unlike a lot of other games, Scum didn't hold an open beta to the mass. I think they had some very small closed betas to a select few. However, I personally feel a lot of feedback would have come if they had done a larger beta to the open public. The big thing that people find is running between towns, again, is like Dayz. You're just running through masses of nothing. To get a decent server to actually work well, you have to limit the amount of zombies, or as they call them, puppets, so you can run for literally 20 to 30 minutes and find nothing but grass. Surely having more towns in place would have been a better suggestion, or even making the map a little smaller and slowly broadening it out. Now, Scum have brought a lot into the game since it actually launched. However, these are just placeholders to try and make you forget about the screen lag or server lag. No one's actually quite sure what it is, it just stops. So all these new things are great, however, the underlying problem still exists. So if they bring in bows and arrows or anything else, it doesn't make a difference. As I said, the one key comment I always get is server just freezes or your game just freezes, you can't do anything. Now, performance is key for any online survival game. The performance in Scum is getting better, but it still isn't great. Now, I can run it probably on 90 FPS. I've got a decent rig. I know people that cannot play this at all, and the rigs aren't bad. It just will not work for them at all. They hate it, but they want to play it and they can't. Optimization's key. Now, when it first came out, it was poorly optimized. I'm not going to lie, it has got a lot better. Monuments load down a lot quicker as well. By monuments, I mean larger towns, but there still is an underlying issue. Now, cars are coming into the game as well. A lot of people ask for it. It has taken quite a while, but we don't know how hard it's going to be to get a car, how long it's going to take to maintain a car, how you have to craft a car, can you just find a car, will it need fuel? Is that going to add more grind to the game itself? I hope not, personally, but I think it may actually do it. Now, you'll probably find a lot of the bigger creators keep singing how much the game's updated and how much the dev team work hard. I am not disputing that in the slightest. However, they keep avoiding the simple issue that the community keep spraying back. They can't play it in its present state. So if you are asking me, should I buy Scum just now? My answer would definitely be no, unless it's in sale and you can get it for $9.99 or $7.99. Other than that, I would not invest the time into this game at the moment. I genuinely enjoy the game, I really like it. Servers are very quiet, the map's that big, you're barely going to meet anyone. The biggest threat you've got is the server crashing or disappearing for a while, because gportal don't really care. So, underlining answer to anyone asking me, do I recommend it? I would say it's a very good game, but unless you've got the patience of a saint, you're not going to enjoy it in its present state. However, keep it on your wish list. But back to the creators that keep avoiding the situation, kissing the devs' backsides, giving it keys, ignoring the key fact that the game doesn't really work. Now, I'm not going to ignore that fact, I'm going to be straight and tell you, the game at the minute doesn't really work. Okay, the principle is brilliant, the devs are putting a lot of effort in, however that one issue, which is causing a lot of people to stay away from the game, is just going to keep people away. Now, moving into what should happen next, obviously the key issue that I've mentioned needs to be fixed. Personally, I would open the servers to other providers because, as I said, G-ports are terrible. I would try and get more towns and monuments into this game, so exploring is better. Now, I know fortifications coming in, not base building. You still can't lock your box, so you still will lose stuff. That's a key thing that people want. They want to be able to build an actual base site, lock the box and run away. Managing your weight limit in Scum is tedious. Very hard, very annoying. Always have to drop stuff, craft pointless stuff you don't need to try and drop that weight. These are all little key factors that really need to be put in place, and I think it's what they need to focus on. Now, as I said at the start, I thoroughly enjoy Scum. The concept is fantastic. I actually enjoy the complex crafting systems, point systems, everything else to create your character. However, personally, I can't risk losing everything because the server decides to have a crap. I just can't do it. Now, I don't know if it's where the map's been stitched together or anything else. They haven't really said. All they said is that they're sorting out optimization problems, etc. It's still in the same place. So guys, I will possibly continue doing Scum for the coming weeks, do the updates, keep you up to date where it is, but I want you to basically just explain where I'm at with Scum at the minute. There's other creators in the same boat as me. They want to do it, want to play it, but it is quite boring to do content on it at the minute because of the length running between towns, and the interactions are very, very slim. You go into like a high pop server and you still don't really see anyone. So for me, I'm going to have to stop doing any main content. A big one that's coming now is nudity in the game. YouTube hates nudity, even if it is censored. They demonetize. Now, the money factors YouTube for me means nothing. But if you get demonetized, you do not show up in practically any searches. That's fact. Look at Rust at the minute. Rust creators, they're censoring everything. They're doing everything they can. They're still not getting to sub boxes, still not getting to feeds. For me, it just seems like a waste of time if that's going to be the case. So it will only be guides until that yellow dollar sign pops up and updates. Then I'll probably have to call it a day in Scum altogether. I think it's a bad move by the devs. They should have looked around what was happening elsewhere. However, they didn't. And it could be the beginning of the end because, like it or not, YouTube helps games grow. Creators help games grow. People come from different games, different searches, and they find games. Rust is a good example. Very small game. Massive now. Absolutely huge. And a good part of that is due to YouTube. So guys, as I said, I'll keep doing the updates as long as I can. Now, as I said, this isn't a hate video, it's more of a explaining to you the reasons why I think it's in trouble and the reason why I can't do anything with it at the minute. I go la 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 la.